And so I see taking care of the next generation of kids, having them work on the artwork will create a higher sense of community, which will make a more beautiful community. And it will create areas where people will be able to afford the areas that are nice, instead of having all the inexpensive housing be in areas that aren't safe for children and families.
That's wonderful. Well, you're doing some wonderful work here in the Bay Area. And you also design jewelry that's all handmade. And what I found that was very unique about you, Janine, you can take a basket of earrings, like I've lost one, and you'll take that one, or I have a necklace and it broke off, and just all types of broken up jewelry, and turn it into something really beautiful. Now that is really unique. You are definitely an artist, and you've designed some really beautiful pieces. I'd like to show the audience some of your work. Could you tell us about the necklace sets and the jewelry that you've designed for the arms? And you have a really beautiful set on here. Let's talk about these pieces.
Well, one of my missions with my art is to create eco art, and that has to do with, there's been so much stuff that is in our junkyards that aren't being used for anything. It's just making more landfill.
Right.
So one of the things that I try to do with my art is use material that has already been manufactured.
We could even call it green art.
Green art, reclaim art, found objects, because I don't want to utilize more than I have to on this earth to basically continue those landfills. So I go into a lot of thrift stores. People give me a lot of broken jewelry, the earrings, the bracelets, and I tear them all apart for components. Then I place those components in these boxes, and I basically create jewelry from those again. And the reason is because so much of the older jewelry has so much more character because it was built in a time where detail was less expensive. So the earrings that I have on, the hardware is amazing. It's very sturdy. It's made with good metal. And then I change a lot of the beads out. If I don't find something that is already in my treasure chest, I call it, I will go and update it with new modern beads. So I kind of do this old new mix. And people seem to like it. The one focus I try to achieve is my jewelry needs to be happy. And it needs to bring people joy. Kind of like the feeling of your parents' jewelry that you had that you loved and it was handed down. And that's the feeling I want a person to have, is not for it to be
just a piece of jewelry.
Just something fun.
Unique and fun.
Unique and fun that you'll never ever see on anybody else. That's special to you, that's whimsical and makes you feel happy, and addresses your own character. Not something you'd see on anybody else. But the great part of it is you're affecting the way the earth is being transformed, that you're not adding to the chaos of it.
And the happiness part I really adore. Janine has made several necklaces for me, and every time I wear them I feel real happy. I say, wow, I have a new piece on. Nobody else has this design. This is just really unique. The colors are really beautiful. They do make you happy. Let's show a set that you have here.
Okay.
I call it the happy set, the yellow with the yellow in it. Oh, that's so pretty.
Well, this is the bracelet, and it's made with, I like to mix, I've been around the world quite a few times, and one of the things I do, because they're small, is I pick up fabric and I pick up beads. So these are glass beads from Lagos, and then I've mixed it with silver Mexican beads, and then just basic American glass blown beads.
And it's a very cultural look. And she said you weren't multicultural. Isn't that something? And it has a beautiful necklace and earrings. But we don't have all the pieces on here.
This also is working with the African beads.
Right.
African beads, Mexican, Hispanic silver work. And then this is just something that's Indian that I thought was kind of fun and whimsical. I mix a lot of different styles.
Now, do you go all over the place looking for these beads, different places here in the Bay Area, when you're not traveling?
The internet's been a great resource.
Oh, wonderful,
like
wonderful.
I said, though, most everything is given to me, and I'm either inspired by an outfit or I'm inspired by the piece itself that I find, or the colors. And I almost feel like materials have a history that I look at them and I can just they kind of like speak to me and tell me what they want to be created as. It's very strange. When I look at something, I look at it, and as an artist, I almost see it as its finished form.
Well, you're looking at it with a third eye. I wanted to tell you that.
Yeah.
And you're taking a third eye and you're going a little bit different into different dimensions. When I first saw your jewelry, I could tell right off. I say, she doesn't know it, but she's traveling in different dimensions. And that's why you're picking that up. I just told you, okay? On camera. But now this other piece I thought was interesting. We also have a mirror that you designed.
Right.
So the mirror is really beautiful. It's semi to that, but it has all these beautiful works around it.
Now, the interesting thing about my mosaic work, and that's what I'm focusing currently on for my public art here in Oakland with the children, it's because it's a very easy medium to pick up. And again, all the tile in here
That's beautiful.
is tile that I make. These have all come from people who have made glasswork for windows, stained glass, and I've taken the fragments and I put them in a kiln and they become tile. So I never know what the size and shape of things are going to become. All I know is I have these piles and piles of pieces of glass.
This could be a table.
This is, yes, this is I can do this as a table, but this is actually a chair for a couple of chairs I have. I made these glass objects.
Oh, I see.
And this is the style that I'm working with currently, that I'm doing a design for BACC, which is at Clay and 8th, the church that's currently there. And it's going to be 2 doves that are on the front of the building.
Oh, wow.
And each of the ribbons that go around the building will represent the different communities in downtown Oakland, the Hispanic community, the African American community, and the Asian community. And then I will create those ribbons with the different fabrics. I will make the glass that look like the fabrics. Then one of the ribbons will be words that children of their visions on how their world should look like. And those will be basically wrap around the building as a design
that's
I'm
going to
working
be beautiful.
with now.
I know the children here in the Bay Area are going to love you teaching them how to do all this artwork. That is simply beautiful. It's been wonderful interviewing you about your creative work. I mean, she is just so creative. I know it's something else you do, but we'll get to that on the next interview, because she does so many different things, but her art is just fantastic. And to think that she's doing technical art, oh, that's really unique. So all the ladies out there, we got to learn this art from her. You know, tell your children they have to come and let her teach them this great art, because it's going to be beautiful for the future. About
Thank you
children.
so much.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
And if you're curious about what I'm doing, go on MySpace,
Oh,
Janine Miller.
Yes, Janine, Facebook.
Facebook.
And what else?
And
are you on?
MySpace.
And MySpace. Give them that information now.
It's Janine Miller on Facebook and Facebook.
Well, you'll
and,
be on Prime USA Television.
Okay.
Also, you'll be on YouTube. That's what Joy and Jonathan are getting ready to put us up on YouTube in a few minutes.
Okay.
So you'll be able to see us on YouTube. And look for Janine Miller and look for Nisayah, the show Nisayah. Thank you for being on our show. We'll be back in a few moments.
Thank you.